I think we can all agree that Huawei has done a really great job on releasing smartphones and tablets despite the Google ban that it had, but the MatePad Pro is just a tablet that I wish it hadn't run Android because of the attractive hardware features it has inside. Now, this tablet is a really powerful device. It is powered by Huawei's own Kirin 990 chipset. It has a beautiful 10.8-inch Quad HD display. It has quad speakers that sound as good as the iPad Pros, and it is probably the only tablet out there that has wireless charging built in, and you can reverse charge other wireless devices as well. And the list goes on and on. So I've been an iPad user for the longest time, and the reason I don't want to go for Android tablets is because either they are too garbage or too expensive to afford. The MatePad Pro is the Android tablet that makes me want to go back to it because of its hardware features and Huawei's heavily promoted ecosystem. So I've been using this for about 2 weeks, doing the simple productivity tasks that I depend on my iPad, and unfortunately, it is a love and hate relationship. So here's my review of the Huawei MatePad Pro. The MatePad Pro's hardware is really well built and it is extremely light to handle at 460 grams. The tablet separately sewed keyboard cover is a recommended accessory for serious typing work, and it doesn't add on too much weight to the tablet and requires no charging. The keycaps are a little small, but they offer good tactile and key travel. But do take note that the magnet isn't strong and you could drop the device if not careful. The M Pencil is an excellent pressure-sensitive stylus, but sadly there aren't many supported apps that takes advantage of it, and I'm just surprised it didn't copy features from the Apple Pencil. I probably do need to remind you that the MatePad Pro is one of the unlucky devices to not have Google services preloaded. While Huawei's App Gallery store may house several essential apps, it is still very incomplete and you'll probably find more ad-infested low-quality apps. Huawei did try to convince users to use Quick Apps, which is literally web apps for certain services, but most of them are merely mobile web versions rather than actual web apps. There is fortunately good third-party app stores such as Aurora Store, which I've been using all this while for downloading apps that aren't available on App Gallery. I also managed to sync my Google Contacts and Calendar using Microsoft Outlook, and Microsoft Edge is a good alternative to Google Chrome if you want to synchronize bookmarks and browsing history. There are things I appreciate Huawei has done to create a connected ecosystem with other devices, such as being able to do multi-screen collaboration with a supported Huawei phone so that you don't always need to have your phone around. And with that, you get to control your phone entirely from the tablet, make and answer phone calls, do WhatsApp video calls from your phone with the tablet's camera, transfer files between two devices with just a tap. I also really like the App Twin feature where it makes shopping comparison very convenient with a split screen when enabled on supported apps. These are really great features I don't get on an iPad, and I think it will probably inspire some others. What turns me off is Android and Huawei's reluctance to make a better tablet user interface. Because of the 16:9 aspect ratio of the screen and there's no way to scale it, the UI can become really messy where app icons have wide gaps between them and widgets look really weird no matter how you try to resize them. While these are just minor issues I can still forgive, I'm most aggravated by the lack of proper tablet apps. While apps such as Facebook have been optimized for tablets, I'm surprised that it is still half-baked in certain parts of the user experience where you will need to use the tablet in portrait. Of course, you might assume things could be better if you turn on desktop mode, which, as the name suggests, transforms the tablet into a PC desktop interface where you can multitask and run several apps. The screen scaling is so bad and some apps just fail to work properly that you might just turn it off and use it as an oversized smartphone. Fortunately, the tablet has been very snappy and you can expect good gaming performance on it. The MatePad Pro has great cameras, and while you shouldn't expect it to have image quality like the P40 Pro, they are sufficient for video calls and some casual photos if you ever need it. Okay, so this is a video recording sample of the MatePad Pro's front-facing 8-megapixel camera, and as you can see, the image quality is really great, and I think this is one of the best tablet cameras out there. I've used it on my Zoom and Skype sessions, and my callers were reporting a really good image quality that they thought it was from a professional camera or webcam. The other thing that I really like about the MatePad Pro is battery life. This thing could easily sustain a 10-hour screen on time without any issues and before it requires a charge. So if you also think that there's a lot of juice to spare, you can also make use of its reverse wireless charging feature to charge up other wireless devices that supports Qi wireless charging. At 2399 ringgit, it is obvious that Huawei wants to target the MatePad Pro at pro users such as business executives and creative designers who want a pro tablet for their work. But sadly, after using for 2 weeks, I just feel that this is merely a good tablet for media consumption. But don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting that this is not a good work device. You can still do your emails, spreadsheets, documents, web browsing, social media on this thing, and it does that effortlessly. But considering that the trouble that you have to go through in the long term, such as looking for apps and this unpolished user interface, and not forgetting to mention that you will need to spend up to 3,000 ringgit in order to get the optional keyboard and the M Pencil stylus, it's really hard to recommend this hardware to anyone with all these things in mind. But here's a food for thought. Would you think Huawei could have done better if they have installed Windows 10 on this thing just like the Microsoft Surface Pro X? Could be a good idea, isn't it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As for now, that's it for my review on the Huawei MatePad Pro, so be sure to subscribe to our channel if you want to see more tech videos from us, and make sure you follow us on the usual social media channels. I'm Warren with KLGadgetTV, and I'll talk to you in the next one.